Part 2. God the Father speaks of his beloved Son to Catalina.
I see my Son, trembling down the below in the shadows of Gethsemane, who having descended from heaven, took the form and substance of that creature of mine who presumed and continues to presume that he has the power to rebel against his Creator. The man, that lonely and confused man, is the designated victim, and as such, with his own blood, has had to cleanse all of humanity which he represents. He trembles and is horrified at feeling himself covered, even to the point of seeing himself dominated, by the inconceivable mass of sins that he would have to remove from the blackened consciences of millions and millions of filthy creatures. Poor son of mine, love has taken you now to this and you are frightened by it. Who will glorify you in heaven, when, radiantly, you enter to it? Can any creature give you praise worthy of you, any love worthy of you? And what is the praise and love of a man, of millions of men, in comparison with the love with which you have accepted the most tremendous of tests that could ever exist on earth? No, my beloved son, nobody but your Father could equal you in love, nobody but I, who, in my spirit of love, can praise and love you for your sacrifice that night. You have reached, beloved son of mine in whom I rest all my benevolence, the paroxysm of death by surviving the very bitter agony in the garden. You have reached, in the sphere of your humanity real and whole, the summit of the great passion that a human heart can have, to suffer for the offences committed against me, but to suffer for them with the most pure and intense love that there is in you. Albeit with trembling, you have reached the limit through which humanity should reach complete redemption. You, beloved son, by the sweat of your blood, have conquered not only the souls of your brothers, but even more, your own personal glory that should elevate you, man, equal with me, God like you. You have drawn in me the most perfect justice, and the most perfect love. At that time they represented the scum of the world, and you did it through your voluntary and free acceptance. You are now, among all, my honor, glory, and joy. You were not my offender, not you. You have always been my beloved son, in whom I have placed my pleasure. You were not the scum because even then I saw you as you have always been, my light, my word, that is to say, precisely myself. Son, who trembled and died for my honor, you have deserved that your Father make you known to the world, to that blind world, which offends us and yet is so loved by us. Oh, most beloved son, I see you and will always see you in that night of your bitterness, and I have you always in mind. Because of your love, I am reconciled to creatures and with creatures. And then you could not raise your face to me, it was so covered with their guilt. Now, to please you, I make them raise their faces to us so that by catching a glimpse of your light, they will remain captives of our love. Now, my son, always so beloved, I will do what I told you then in the shadow of Gethsemane, and they will be great things to give you joy and honor.